We're here today with the divine Miss Elle Macpherson
What
on
an
RESCU
intro.
TV. We ran a poll about 4 weeks ago on our site about the most inspirational woman, and we had 247 votes for you, the number one on our Facebook page. And the thing that was overwhelming is that they love that you've stayed yourself despite all of the changes in your life. How do you stay on track to be so motivated?
Well, first of all, that's a huge compliment, so thank you very much.
My readers said it too.
All the readers, thank you so much for your support. And listen, it's been a great honor to be in this business for 30 years and to be able to do so many different things. Because if you look at sort of what I'm passionate by at the moment, obviously, Invisible Zinc is a product that I've been working with for many years, actually, since its inception. A fantastic brand. I actually invested in the company in the beginning. So I believe in this product. I believe in how important it is to protect the skin from the sun in a healthy way. I believe in no chemicals on the skin as much as possible.
And is that really important for you to be part of things that you truly believe in?
Absolutely, and that this is a first. This is innovative. It's Australian, and so if you look at all the things that I'm involved with, there are things that really resonate with my heart. So there's this Elle Macpherson Intimates. We are 21 this year. 21 years in business. It's absolutely, formidable. And Britain and Ireland's Next Top Model, which is something that I'm using 30 years of experience and bringing it to these young girls and hopefully to viewers at home. So the things that I'm doing really are important to me, and they all sort of work together in harmony, and that's
but it never
why
feels like you're a paid spokesperson. It always
well,
seems
most of the
to
time
emanate
I'm not.
from you.
I wish I was paid half the time. But, a lot of companies, I have a mixed portfolio of investment. A lot of companies I've just invested in because I believe in them.
Can I ask you something? We grew up in a time in Australia where being in the sun was really fashionable and being tan was really fashionable. And you certainly have been a tan and gorgeous, person. Can you tell me, at what stage in your career did you really cotton on to the anti-aging benefits of sunscreen?
Well, I think it's more than that. I'm more interested in the health benefits. I mean, having somebody who's had cancers cut out of their skin, it's incredibly important for me as an Australian, and knowing that we have an ozone layer, the hole as big as we can imagine here, that we are as careful as we can possibly be with ourselves. Obviously, in the last 10 years, I've been more aware. I wish somebody had, given me this product 10 years ago. It wasn't quite 10 years ago, it was almost, or 20 years ago. I wish somebody had said to me, you know what, it's actually not really good for you to lie out in baby oil and bake yourself. But I did that, as any kid growing up in the 70s did, because it was really fashionable. Today, I use... Ta-da!
It's a really good fake tan.
Thank God for this, because it keeps me golden. Because I do like to be golden. I have olive skin, and I like to have a golden glow, and so that's a really big help. So these two things work really well together.
May I ask you, what was a great tip, a beauty tip that you got in your early modelling days that you still carry with?
To drink lots of water.
Is it really important?
Swear it's important. If you're having listen, you try it. Drink 3 liters of water a day for a month, and tell me the changes in your body. Tell me the changes in your spirit and your body, your hair, your skin texture, your moods, the way you sleep.
So wherever you are in the world, whatever you're doing,
3 liters of water.
That's your fail-safe beauty trick.
Yeah, but it's not even a beauty trick. It's a way of life for me now, because I've been doing it for so long. I have 6 500ml bottles, and I make sure that they're gone. And sometimes it's more. I mean, yesterday I drank 4.5 liters. I was so dehydrated from the plane.
You're very sporty. You're naturally really athletic.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you would recommend to people who aren't so athletic, naturally athletic, to try and incorporate into their daily routine?
I think some kind of movement is important. So find what works for you. And there's so many different things that we can do. I was in Los Angeles recently, and they had this class which is 30 minutes of yoga and 30 minutes of spin. And, in an hour, it's really efficient. So you get lots of, the yoga is very stretching. It's sort of stretching. And then they do 20 minutes of sort of on the bike with music. So, find what works for you. Go for a walk, paddleboard, try something new. Play a game of tennis. It's very
old-fashioned. Because that's what we always see you in photos. You're always doing something that's not gym-oriented.
No, I like sports.
Outside.
I like sports. And that's why, thank goodness, I have this product, because it's an outdoor sport product.
So are you now religious about sunscreen?
Well, I'm not religious about anything. I consider myself a spiritualist, but I am. This is so important. It's really important for me.
So one of the things that you're amazing at, and people have really just seen another side of you, is when you became a mother.
Yes.
And I remember seeing a 60 Minutes interview with you a few years ago, and it was before the birth of your second son, and they asked you what your net worth was, and you gave the most beautiful answer, and you said, my net worth is my son and my partner and my family. And
I must have been in love.
The men come and go. But one of the things that I'm really curious to ask, and I know that our readers have asked, is what advice will you be giving your sons about women?
Well, funnily you should say that, because I have now a 13 going on 14-year-old who has a girlfriend. And I just said to him, okay, this is the scoop. Oh God, I hope he's not watching this. Please don't watch this, baby. But I think it's good advice. You can have as many girlfriends as you want, but just not at the same time.
Good advice.
So if you want to go out with a girl and you like someone else, then you drop her and then you go out with a new one. And you can have a girl for a week or a day or a month or a year, it doesn't matter, but not two girls at the same time.
Good advice.
So he's like, yes, Mum.
And do you teach them about, flowers and romantic gestures?
Well, he's got it down. Like, he took her to the movies and he organized 2 days before what movie they were seeing. He borrowed my credit card. He paid me back with his pocket money. He booked the tickets online. He picked her up. He took her home.
I want to go out with him.
So I don't know, how did he learn that at 13? And I didn't tell him what he had to do. He had it all planned. So, but it wasn't a big deal. He has a good relationship with girls, so it wasn't like I'm going on a date. He just sort of, he wanted to go out with a friend. He's a girl.
And what kind of mother-in-law is Elle Macpherson going to be? Gosh, it would be
awful
to go down.
I seem to have my house is full of teenagers at the moment. So, last weekend we had 8 kids over, and it was cool because they were just like, one of them, my son plays the drums, and his girlfriend is a music scholar. She has a music scholarship. So the kids were like playing music. They were singing and playing music. One played the piano, one played the drums. Someone else was singing, someone was playing the guitar. And I have an open plan house, so it's very communal, and I think the kids like that.
And are you musical at all? It's probably the only thing we haven't seen you do.
My father's a sound engineer by trade, and we always had music in the house, and so that was really important to me. Yeah.
So let's just touch on fashion. You've also been a fashion icon. You were part of the original Supers. Are there any of the girls that you still keep in regular contact with?
I used to see Claudia every day at school, because our children, Claudia and Stella McCartney actually, and Elizabeth Hurley. So the 4 of us had our kids in the same school.
Can you imagine that school run?
Yeah,
with a lot of men hanging around.
There's a lot of men taking their kids to school.
Oh,
actually, and when people would say to me, "You're so dressed up for the school run," it's like, why is it that nobody turns around to the guy and says, "Why are you wearing a 3-piece suit on the school run?" Nobody says that about men, but oh no, she's got a pair of Louis Vuittons and she's a bad mother because I'm on my way to work, and that's what I wear to work, like I'm wearing today. We had fun at the school run, at the school gates.
You would have been torturing those poor men.
No. It's all good. They're all like, interesting fathers too, by the way.
Is there a fashion trend that you would like to see the back of, and you hope never to wear, model, or see?
I saw somebody ask that on the radio in London the other day, budgie smugglers, and I thought, I could do with a bit of not so much of that. I'm a bit of a board short girl.
Thank goodness for that. They are making a bit of a comeback, which is frightening.
Not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea. One other question that we want to ask is, if you were going to give some advice to a young woman who is kind of struggling with finding out what she wants to do with her life. You've done so many different things, and you haven't really minded whether you're the best at it or you've just gone into it.
Right.
What would be some advice that you would give someone who's confused about their future?
Do what you love and love what you do. And that's really important. Just find some quiet time, really, find what you love and do it.
And do you have mentors? Do you work with mentors?
Yeah, I do actually. I have 2 life coaches that I work with, called Paul and Alexandria Walsh-Roberts, and they have a fantastic website called The Mastery Project.com, I think it is, and they're amazing. And he's one of them's from New Zealand, and the other one's from Wales, and so we go on a bit of a spiritual journey together, and I think that's important. And you know, I work with them on business, on family, on many things.
And do you think that expert advice is really important to anyone at any level?
No, I'm just sharing my experience. You know, I look to my family for their love and support. I look for my friends for guidance as well. I watch friends, how they do things. I remember when I was much younger, my first son, I used to watch this mother at school, and her kids seemed really happy, and she was a French woman. She seemed to sort of have a way about her, and I went to her and I said, listen, can I come and what are you doing? Can I come and watch? Like, how do you do homework with the kids, and how do you get them ready in the morning? And I went to her house, and we had a cup of tea, and I watched her interaction with her kids, and you know, she taught me a lot. So by just observing other women, I find, and there's never a problem asking a question. Like, if you don't know how to do it, ask somebody, and people find that incredibly endearing, and they help. People help you. So, you know, I think that's one of the things that have been the greatest discoveries in my career in any way. If I don't know, ask. And it's okay not to know.
Thank you so much. And we would like to ask if we can come to your house for a cup of tea and learn how to model the model. It was a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for your time.